Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Survivor Debrief exit interview. And this time we're saying goodbye to an icon of Survivor. She needs no introduction, so I'm not even going to give her one. We have Shani with us today. Shani, how are you going, my friend?
Hi, I am very well. How are you?
I'm so well. Thank you for asking, Sean. Thank you for asking. Um, it was the end of a dynasty, end of a dream, seeing you out there, Sean. But I just got a few questions I want to delve deep into you
Yeah.
with. So first of all, what was it like playing a super short game compared to your normal long ones?
Yeah, well, it was so fast paced, which was amazing because, on a regular season, the crew have to have a day off. So you have to have a day off, and you're just like kind of sitting around twiddling your thumbs, like, I don't know, doing nothing. Um, and then this was just really interesting because it was tribal, tribal, tribal. So even like playing the actual game in this way, there you really had to plant the seeds very quickly and
Mm.
work fast. And, you make a plan before you lose immunity. And then you're like, wait, do I want to do a different plan? It was just like really exciting.
Oh, and it was exciting to watch as well. It was amazing to watch. When you got on the mat and you saw the rest of the cast there, was there anyone that you wanted to see there but you didn't?
Well, I was definitely expecting to see Tessa from season 2.
Yep.
And also, I was expecting to see Benji. So I was
Yes.
definitely really disappointed when Benji wasn't there because Benji was like, we have a good relationship. Not that I
Yeah.
ever speak to him outside of the game,
But in the
but
world of Survivor, yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, but like we enjoyed playing together, and I was kind of thinking like, if he's there, at least I have one positive connection. But otherwise, I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, Luke literally like knows everyone.
Yeah.
David has played with like half of these people. George and David are the only people I've played with, and they both voted me off.
Yeah, you're in, honestly, everyone saw it. You're in a really tough position from the get-go. Now, the Shawnee playbook is usually using your social skills, find that ride or die, build that connection, that really strong connection, whether it's with Fenella or Little Rascals or Liz or all those people. You mentioned purposely not wanting to do it sort of this time and trying to be more of a free agent. That was a conscious decision coming in, or was that
Yeah,
something you had to? Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
I just thought, let me play this game. It's 16 days.
yep,
So usually, while I go in there wanting to find like my ride or die, it is like a natural connection that happens. And it's just like you form a friendship and then
yeah,
you really want that person around, especially when you are thinking, okay, I could be here for 47 days. Like, what's gonna cheer me up in the
yeah,
like the sad times? Who am I gonna like lay next to? Like, I was always like, Liz, come on, it's bedtime. Like, I need to be sheltered, I need to be kept warm. It's kind of like an emotional support person. And I feel like when you have that, you do become more of a target because
mm,
you have double the power. And I just thought, like, realistically, I can rely on my own self for 16 days. I don't need that emotional support person. And also, I wanted to, because I'm a Taurus, I'm like a very loyal girl. And if I have a friend, I will look out for them. So I also wanted to not get in too deep because I wanted to be able to like navigate and do whatever I felt was best for my game without
yeah.
having to think about anyone else. And
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that. And I thought that little secret alliance that you and Kirby sort of had under the radar at the start, I was like, oh, this is good. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
And then you had this amazing single episode where it was Suri, Parvati, you, and Kirby, and where everyone was like, this is it. This is amazing. It's actually happening. And it only lasted for that one episode. We were
I
devastated.
know.
Why didn't it work? Why couldn't it quite the four of you stick together?
Well, going back to my original plan of just doing what was best for me, and with that four, I didn't see myself being able to work with Sarah, and Sarah had the connection of Luke, Luke had the
Yeah.
connection of Janine, and I just wanted to get rid of her And then after that was done, my next biggest threats were Suri and Parvati. So whilst like they're lovely people and they are absolute survivor icons, I wasn't like, oh my God, I need to like drag this
Work with
out
them.
long
Yeah.
term because there's only like 6, 7 days left of the entire
Yeah.
game. So where I really saw myself having the best chance was by working with Lisa, Cass, and Tommy. So that's why after our first vote together, then I was just keen on, sticking with what was best for me, and working with the international three and separating the two biggest threats in the entire game. Of like, unfortunately, they didn't have the same mentality as me. They wanted
Yeah.
to keep around the two biggest threats,
Yeah.
but that didn't work out for any three of them, did it?
No, it
So
did not. No, it did
yeah,
not. Funny about
no.
that.
Maybe next time they'll listen to me. I love it when I'm right.
Now, with the other big connection you had, you mentioned before, was George, obviously. Now, was that ever really going to work, or was it just going, you were just buying time to be like, you know what, this is going to be sweet when I get rid of George? Was there something really there or not?
George and I are actually friends. Like George and I have so much fun together.
Yeah.
But I just could not let myself be voted out twice by him. That would
Yeah.
honestly like, oh, that would be so embarrassing. I could never bounce back from that. So it was like a short time, a fun time, not a long time. But when I had the opportunity to also vote out Dave, who I felt was a lot more of a threat to my game
Mhm.
on day one because he was the one who I knew was actively like saying my name. Um, and also, Sarah and David have known each other since she was in high school. So to
Yeah.
me, when she was willing to vote him out, I was like, wow, I'm not going to turn down an opportunity like that because there's just no way I would vote out a real life friend of 17 years. Like, it's just, to me, like having trust in the real world would mean having trust in the game. So if someone's willing to do that, I think you got to snap up that opportunity while you can. And then after that, I was like, okay, I've got out Dave, like, and now I need to do the George.
Do the George, do the
Do the
George. And you
George. Do
did
the
the George very well,
George.
very well.
Yeah.
Now there was another Wild Trouble Council that you went out on. Did you really feel, was there a chance that Luke could have played that idol for you? Was it pretty close, or were you feeling like I've done my pitch, this is all I can do?
I felt like, at the beach that afternoon, I was like, I tried everything. I was suspicious that Luke had an idol just because of the way he didn't really act
Yeah.
surprised at the when he won the challenge. Like if I had won that challenge, I'd be like, oh my God,
Yeah.
yes. And he just didn't have that type of reaction.
Yeah.
So, I had questioned him and I was thinking, okay, like, surely he can see that Janine is way closer with Sri and Parvati than I am. So if he's got an idol, he's safe. He could play it for me or give it to me. But, I put it out there. He said he didn't have one.
Yeah.
Then my next port of call was to Sri and Parvati to just really, get it in their heads that Janine and Luke have been friends for since Champions versus Contenders. And do you want them to make you go to fire against Luke? Because that's what could very well happen. Um, but I was pitching that, and not only that, but Janine is a threat in her own right because she does wheeling and dealing as a day job. She does keynote speaking, and I'm just like, oh my God, I hate public speaking.
Yeah. Oh, that whole scene with Pav and Janine and you was so perfect. And it was the way that were you let Janine sort of dig her own grave. And that's like,
Mm.
you weren't saying, oh, Pav, you have to do this, she's really dangerous. It was just like, oh yeah, tell us more, Janine, about how good you are at
Yeah,
everything. I thought that was really well
absolutely.
done.
You can lead a horse to water.
Yeah.
um,
But that was
so
awesome.
then, but after my conversation with Sri and Parvati, there was no follow up. So I knew that that was
Yeah.
also a dead end. And
Yeah.
then when I got to tribal council, and then there's three immunities and five people, and four of them have been banging on about this four-person alliance. And, I mentioned fire again.
Yeah.
Again, it falls upon deaf ears. So, I at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I feel like I could not, besides winning individual immunity that day,
Which you were very close to.
which I was very close to. I feel like there's not one other thing I could have tried, or there was no other avenues for me to go up.
Yeah.
Um, And let's just see if my prediction comes true because I
Yes.
love to be right.
This is true. This is true. Now that at the end game, who did you actually want to sit next to in the end? Who would have been your dream final three?
So my dream final three was any person from the internationals
Yeah,
and
okay.
myself.
Yep.
And that was what I wanted to do. My least favorite option would be Suri and Parvati,
Yeah.
especially because Lisa is a huge like Suri fan, as I'm sure you can
Oh
tell.
yeah.
But it's watered down a little bit on the show in comparison to real life. So I feel like she obviously would be voting for Suri, and like
Yeah.
I didn't want to go to the end with the two biggest threats. Like I feel
Yeah.
like I wouldn't have a chance. I don't know if anyone would.
Yeah. It's tough.
Um, so yeah, definitely the internationals.
Yeah. Great.
And yeah, but obviously they wanted to keep Suri and Parvati, so
That's all right. That's all right. It's up to them. We see what happened at the end of the day there.
yeah.
What was your most proudest moment out there this time?
Probably the George, because I was
Yep.
just like, it was a relief. Like,
Just a
it was
load off.
just like,
Yeah.
because I genuinely, after taking the opportunity on the day vote, after that, I was honestly like, it was keeping me up at night that I could be Sue's big move. And I didn't want, like, I'm like, I've come this far, I've got this reputation, and now I'm going to be Sue's big move, like 2.0.
Yeah.
I, so it was like very relief, but I also felt bad because I actually like genuinely really like George.
Yeah, no, exactly, and it's tough, and that's the name of the game. It's hard to balance all that. Looking back
Yeah,
at your previous seasons, which one do you feel like you were the closest to or in the best position to win?
definitely my first season
Yeah,
because if I had stuck with oh my gosh, what
Brian,
are they, Brian and
Mon,
Monica,
yeah,
and had we voted out Shane?
yeah,
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 Shane,
yeah,
because Sean had immunity. Then I
yeah,
feel like I would have been in a better position. But my issue with that was I didn't actually think that Monica and Brian would vote for Shane because actions speak louder than words. And Brian had been protecting Shane the entire game. So I
yeah,
just didn't think that he would give her up so close to the end.
yeah.
But I feel like that was
That was
my
a bit
closest, but I loved like All Stars, my revenge streak. I just
so
felt
good.
like if I got to the end, then I could have won. And then I feel like if I got to the end of Heroes and Villains, I would have been confident in like a win as there as well there.
Yeah, always you always got to have that mindset, Sean. The winner's
Yeah.
mindset. I love it. I love it. If they ran it back again, final couple of questions. If they ran it back again, which Australian would you like to see represented?
If they do another version,
Yep.
I would love to see Fenella back for round
Oh,
two. That would be so
that
fun.
that would be really fun.
Um, And then I would love to see Nick.
Of course.
I would love to see Harry.
Yep.
Who else? I think Tessa. Like, I don't know. I just thought Tessa would be
Would be there.
at the one that, yeah, hero. No, the one I just did. World versus Australia West World.
It's all blurring
um,
into one. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, yeah. And then yeah, I don't know.
No, that's a
I don't know.
great
There's
crew.
seriously so many good options.
There's so many. There's so many amazing players out there, and you are on the top of the pile, Shawnee. Thank you
Oh,
so much for everything that you've given us over the years as Survivor. You're a true icon, my friend. But one final question. I'm a big movie fan. I love my movies. So we ask everyone, what's your favorite film or what's a film that you love?
I love Clueless.
Yes.
So when I had my
So good.
partner coming over to pick me up for our little beach date, on the movie Clueless, she actually said that, if you have a guy coming over, you should always do some baking. So I was like, oh my God, I love this guy. Like, how am I going to reel him in? I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. He's going to come pick me up to go to the beach, and I'm going to have like a banana bread baking. So I went to the shops, bought the tin, bought a Donna Hay packet mix. He
Oh my.
walks in. He's like, oh my God, it smells so nice. I'm like, yeah, I just do some wholesome baking on a Saturday. So anyway, Clueless, it will really help you find the best partner in the world. Anyone listening out there, if you're single, that's a hot tip that I got from Clueless, and yeah, never looked back.
That is so amazing. Absolutely love that, my friend. We love Clueless. We love you. We love Survivor. Thank you so much for your time, Shani.
No
And
worries.
hopefully I'll get to speak to you again soon. See you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.